So, what I've been sharing over the last couple of videos is something called the eco mindset model. And we first talked about empathy, building strategic empathy, also curiosity about the other person. And this really lays the foundation of trust. Now, the O in eco stands for optimism. And this is not Pollyanna at all, but it is about thinking about what is the desired outcome for yourself, for the other person, and for the organization, and really being able to communicate and future cast that joint vision. And so you might want to think about, when you're structuring your communication, to communicate what's important to them, what they fear losing, but also then you never want to take someone down for loss pain, for example. That's something negative. It's something uncomfortable. It's very powerful and it spurs people to action, but you never want to leave someone in a valley. So once you've built that communication, you want to make sure to take them up again in what I call future cast and end on a crescendo. So you might say that, for example, putting everything together, you might say something like, it seems like growth and filling the pipeline is incredibly important and it's vital. And there's an enormous amount of pressure on you to make it happen, which I completely understand. But if you think about optimism, then you think about sharing a vision or future casting. And that might sound something like, what would make the end of Q4? Let's say it's the end of Q4. What would make it a 10 plus? And so then once you understand that and ask that question, and then you want to make sure to use we, us, and let's. In other words, create a joint vision together. So, in other words, by affirming that we can get that done, let's work together, something like that. So, that's a way to demonstrate deep caring, that you understand someone's position, what's important to them, what they're afraid of losing, but also you're future casting a joint vision with them and using the pronouns we, us, and let's, so you can actually make that happen with them. So it's no longer, because if we use the pronouns I and me, I know how to do that, or you, that creates separation. So if we can use the pronouns we, us, and let's and share a joint vision of, we can absolutely absolutely accomplish 10% growth, by the end of Q4. We can absolutely show these numbers if we work together. I'm confident we can make this happen, something like that. So that creates what Dan Pink calls kinship. And it's so very important. So now you have demonstrated, by using the eco mindset model, you've demonstrated that you understand the other person's condition, that you care about the other person's condition, you understand what their loss pain are, what your bad English, what your loss pain is, what their loss pain is. And also now you're positioned as a solution rather than someone who's going to come in and pull the rug out and potentially look better than them. And so now you're in a great, great position to build influence without being perceived as a threat, and to work together so you can be your best, so you can have the biggest voice and impact. Your manager can shine as well, and also for the betterment of your organization. So I hope that that was helpful. If I can help you in any way, yourself or your team, or elaborate, this was a very 10,000 foot view. Please do reach out to me. I am cheering you on. Here's to you having an amazing, amazing best quarter yet.